begin with a comment you made about Africa, where you said that the hope for democracy is receding there in proportion to the loss of influence of the Western powers. What's the situation there in Africa?
Well, it is not something which was unforeseen. We've been witnessing the decline in Western powers' influence in Africa for the past decade or more, and the rise of the People's Republic of China's influence there. I wouldn't say that Beijing is at the top of its game in Africa, but it is offering more than the West can offer. But almost exactly 3 years ago, I wrote a report saying that the respect for the democratic processes in Africa was now at an end, and we were back to an era of coup d'etats as a form of governmental change, shall we say. So that situation has really come to pass. The last 3 years have seen a lot of African countries changing their government or retaining their government through the falsification of elections, the use of military and police force to intimidate voters and the like. We saw it in the Nigerian presidential elections on February 25th. And particularly, we've just seen it in the Sierra Leone presidential elections of June 24th. What we saw there was, if you like, President Julius Maada Bio, a former Army Brigadier General, who I know actually, and he went about going for re-election for a second term as president with all of the guns blazing, literally. There were 3 or 4 attempts to assassinate his principal opponent, Dr. Samara Kamara. So that was actually quite profound, because the military and the police were used in those assassination attempts, the Presidential Guard and the like. And they were in uniform, they were being videotaped by bystanders. And the last attempt on Dr. Kamara's life was the day after the June 24th poll closed, when it looked as though, by some fluke, Dr. Kamara could be declared winner of the election. In fact, that day, Dr. Kamara and his deputy did come out with a press statement saying that they claimed victory in the election. So President Bio was desperate that this should not occur. He had paid the election commissioner handsomely and actually wanted him to step up the process of announcing the election results to June 25th, 26th, and even held a gun to the head of the election commissioner, which didn't prove to be necessary, because the election commissioner did as he was paid to do anyway, which was to announce Bio as the winner. The unfortunate thing for President Bio was that the whole process was so scandalously rigged that none of the international observer missions, that included the Carter Institute from the United States, official election monitoring teams from the United Kingdom, Ireland, Italy, Germany, and France, plus the European Union's own monitoring team, all said that they would not certify the elections as free and fair or transparent. So President Bio looked as though he was going to be cut off from any Western recognition, but still persists with his claim of election victory. His neighbor, the president of Guinea, was getting set to come in and perhaps seize some Sierra Leonean territory, and he said he would go in and arrest Bio in the capital, Freetown. That didn't happen, but President Bio did go to Conakry, the capital of Guinea, to negotiate with the interim president of Guinea, who is also a military president.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Hello, everybody. Una kushe, una kabo. I hope so. Una all do fine. I just want to say, una thank you. Thank you very much for watching us today, as usual. One way to watch on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Una all welcome. Una thank you so much. Every Sunday without fail, una they join us. We're very, very glad you una dinner. We say glad for dinner today. Today, as una know, as usual, we get with different guests. Then we bring with chairman them from the United States, which is the North America, and also from the Scandinavia in Sweden. So then glad for joining me today, and we're glad for day with them as well. So we get ranges of topic for discuss. Then also again, me co-host when Hassan Bangura, aka Mansour. I'll go just bring instead of na regular na this platform, na one of who hosts as well, would they help me today this evening. I just want to thank you. All I want to say as well, please, ladies and gentlemen, fan online, wanna share the live for us, wanna subscribe to the page, wanna like the page. So as soon as we come online, wanna go get the notification, then I can join us. Please share the live. One thing wanna go do for it today now, and for share the live, so everybody else can join in on the conversation. And also, if you get any question for which chairman in today, please una put on the comment section. Then go try the level best for answering to the best of their knowledge. Like how we always say, what will they bring to this platform? It's factual, and also some of us with personal opinion as well. We bring a personal opinion to una. So if una say if I'm going a personal opinion, please una write in the comment box. Right now I go bring me co-host. Like I tell you now, instead of na regular na with platform, Hassan Bangura, aka Mansour. Hello, Mr. Mansour.
Good evening. Great.
Yes, Mansour, there you. Thank you very much. You want to introduce to yourself, your name, what you do for we guests there online, please?
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Just a little bit louder.
Good evening, everybody, viewers and listeners across the world, and welcome to the Diaspora online broadcast. Me, na Hassan Mansour Kagbo, are there today. The co-host with the beautiful anchor, Madam Fatia, and we get a packed program today with the host, the biggest chairman na the Diaspora, we na the United States chairman, and we get also with comrade, another chairman, we PDA of the Diaspora, we not any lesser person, Mr. Philip. So pleasure being here tonight, and we hope to see we will get a fantastic show as you una all and una know say the APC Diaspora online board we always discuss so
thank you very much. I think we get small problem with Mansour in reception or in service, but we go bring and come on as well. And I introduce we first chairman. Maker introduce himself with first guest today. It's no other than the one and only the USA, the United States of America, North America, then chairman, Comrade Sufyan. Mr. Comrade Sufyan Kaloko, welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just
Fatima.
want to tell with you that Uda you be, Usa you the head, Uda you look after, please.
Thank you, Fatia. Thank you. First of all, thank you for the opportunity to you and Mansour and everybody who watch. Thank you for the opportunity. Mina Sufyan Kaloko, Mina the chairman of the USA branch, and I get a small correction. My brother Mansour called me the biggest chairman, and that's not a mistake because the Sweden chairman happened to be my big brother, so I can never be bigger than the big brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sufyan. We're very happy today for we guests that we just to join me. This now we own chairman of the United States of America, the North America region. Now the wonderful Mr. Sufyan Kaloko. Well, we don't give you the post now, so you know one of the biggest chairman there. So I go make me co-host Mansour. Let me introduce the next guest. Okay, with a get small teething problem with Mansour, I will go ahead and introduce the next guest. Just highlight and quickly, please. Now give me 1 minute. We next guest, instead of chairman, what they head the Sweden region, that's all the way to the Scandinavia, on another very, very cold country. Yes. So in charge of them. Now they oversee that whole area there. Ladies and gentlemen, fan online comrades, we want welcome Mr. Philip Toure. Comrade Philip Toure, please, you can introduce yourself, tell we guests that Uda you be, Uda you look after, Usa you the head.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam Samura. Samura. Amina Philip Toure from the Scandinavian Sweden branch. I mean, the chairman. And as we always say, people that describe the Scandinavian very cold. But according to the symbol of we party, when the sun, it make we change the weather situation in Sweden. We don't where this branch are there with the Swedish and the Scandinavian as a whole. Would they feel hot? Would they feel proud? And we always know they feel the cold, they feel the cold for within as long as we deal with the political party, we are the APC. The sun always deal with we. So we deny, and as my brother they try for ignore the decoration we Masugian. Yes, as he say, me a big brother, but we always say I'm a comrade. The APC they always they go with the general name of the call we say Comrade Sofian Kaloko. I'm a brother, and we always they go along in terms of the APC issues there. Thank you all.
Thank you very much to be wonderful guest Nade. I just want remind you guests that we just join we. Please, when I can tell you who's on the watch from, so we go highlight now, go give on a shout out. And also, please, if I can send you a question for we two amazing chairman and go able for share the, then able for answer the question for una, please. When I send you a message as well. There any discussion about one get it when I just put on the chat, I go highlight her and read them. Okay, we first topic today. As you all see, the first video where we play. Now, I don't even know if me personally how to describe that video, but anytime I watch that video, it give me chill from the top of my head right down to my toe. But before I even go further into that video, into the video we watch, the small clip we just watch, most of them I don't see it. In fact, almost everybody don't see that video, and we all know the message with that video they try to tell you, and a credible source it came from. So I go bring Mr. Sufian Kaloko. Let's just talk small. Let's just give it a little explanation of that video and how that video they make you feel. Mr. Sufian, please come with Sufian. The video will just play. Just want to give you a little bit of synopsis about that video, please.
Thank you. Somebody, the first time I get that video there from a friend, it described the video as explosive. And that's probably a good way to describe it. But I did get a chance for listening to the audio version of it, which is more complete. It's the complete interview. And I think a better way for describe them is really sad. I mean, it's very painful to listen to. Quite frankly, most of waiting Greg Copley talk, we've been done already the year. Salon a small country and people they get information fairly quickly. We had already heard about the gunpoint, and obviously the attempted assassination on Samura. We actually live them, we witness them. And what in make us sad is that, many of us thought that we had sort of we don't get on the highway towards democracy now. Those of us who fought in the pro-democracy movement, especially in the Students' Union, we still remember the history and all which we don't go through, including the painful war with people. But, from 2002, I mean, we don't conduct peaceful election after peaceful election. And God bless the late President Kaba and President Koroma, and they had a very unique recognition of the place where they in history as a country and the need for continue for preserve the gains we already don't make, the democratic gains, and not to tamper with this journey in any way. This video and audio tell we say, I mean, President Bio is not committed to democracy in a salon, and if given an opportunity, and quite frankly, I don't know if we need for Gian the opportunity, he's taking it. I mean, he's willing for take this country back to the painful days and go back and go begin all over. And that's what makes it so painful for us. This is a multi-party system. That means somebody always wins and somebody always loses. We within our APC, we're not getting no illusion about elections. We have spent time in office and we have spent time in the opposition, and we are comfortable both places. So we'll not get problem with losing elections. What we have a problem with is the idea that we spend so much time, so much money, so much energy, campaigning, canvassing our people in remote rural areas, bringing them out to register, first of all, at great cost, great effort, traveling long distances, and then persuading them again to come out and cast their ballots, the whole time promising them, telling them, assuring them that, they get to decide the leaders of the country, then cast their votes, then go count the votes. And this is telling them that no, not necessarily. There's another way to become president. You can simply pick the electoral commissioner, pay him money, and if the money is not enough, put a gun to his head and have him do what he wants. And we'll go next time, offline to those remote places. What exactly do we tell them? I think it makes me sad. It just the amount, it reminds me of just the amount of work that still remains to be done. That as long as there is a remote chance of electing people like Julius Bio, that we are never truly out of the woods, that he could take us back to a place where, we'll start back not even at square one, but negative. Okay. And that's what I'm feeling.
Thank you very much, Comrade Sufian. Comrade Philip, like I said, that video then a very sad video. Like I would say, it really defined what they go through on a daily basis. Not just Dr. Samura, the ordinary Sierra Leonean as well. What then they go through in the house of this powerful government. Waiting at your own take on that video day, Comrade Philip.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam Samura. The video where I watched not today, I see him few days ago. It's very pathetic for see the small country Sierra Leone dominate that audio and talk about democracy, about the way how they try for assassinate. They run in the flag bearer of the APC or the presidential candidate of the APC. The video they try for show people them, and it show people that say, all what really happen at Sierra Leone, people feel say the international world and they see everything, but then they see all what will take place from where this government take seat of governance from 2018 up to the time when they seize, when they form this coup for take power from Samura Kamara, Dr. Samura Kamara. Then see him. And a very, very pathetic indeed, because the man described that the video say, the hope of democracy is lost. A man, we spent almost 22 years in the international world, in the Western world. They action here for intimidate opposition.
Check this number quick, don't send him to me.
For destroy the hope, the right of the people. Because Sierra Leoneans, believe in me, as we all see, or we all the watch, we can go on the 25th, na Freetown. I was inside the party office when at the last assassination where they want to take Samura in life. I was inside there, inside the same room with Samura, and I know what they mean. We see them come out at this point in moment tell Sierra Leoneans, tell the world, see, they know they take them. And indeed, the international world ready for tells President Biose in 5 years within in governance, not to sponsor the financial or the economic growth of Sierra Leone, now the international world. And I make them stand very hard at this point in moving for tell and say, no, democracy for prevail. We not encourage any more dictatorship. No more. You get forgive the people and freedom, then chance for choose the leader we they want. And indeed, Sierra Leoneans, then we watch this video, then get hope. And there is hope for we all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Like how you say, Comrade Philip, now a very pathetic video, now a very sad video, and a very brutal video. That's just tell you say President Bio, not to be president, Mr. Bio, Dr. Bio, whatever he call himself, obviously till we say it go all out for let it take that presidency day. We get with president elect when Dr. Samora Kamara. And as far as we concerned, I'm supposed to be a rightful leader. We don't win the election, but obviously the length way Mr. Bio go through is just too much, and it's quite pathetic. And like how the video tells say it done 4 times assassination attempt. That's just that's a record. That's pathetic. That's sad. That's evil. Anybody when they do thing like that, and the 4 times you try to kill your opponent, it's just mad. That's how desperate you are to hang on to power, Mr. Bill. And that seat is not yours. The sooner you vacate it, the better. I go bring me comrade, me co-host, comrade Manso. Manso, are you back with us here? Manso? I think we're still having a little bit problem with Manso. I'm not sure what's wrong with his phone or his TV, but we'll just hang on. Hopefully he will join us soon. Also, we then move on. We don't discuss the video. Before I move any further, I just want to shout out to people that want to watch me online. Like, just give them a quick shout out. We get Lebjan, APC, and they say go police. We will go police. Indeed, we will. We've got Ishmael Kamara watching from Sierra Leone. We've got Winston Crispy Weber watching from London. We also got Delwyn Thomas watching from Northern Ireland in Bognor. We'll get Lamin Manu, who's watching. Usman Conte, he's watching from East Dulwich, that's in the United Kingdom, London. We've got Albert Joeboy Williams, he's watching from Sierra Leone. We've got Ishmael Kamara, he's watching for Texas in the United States. We also get Samuel Sabayo, he's watching from Sweden. And we got Aisatu Kaiko. Hello. Hello, everybody. Thank you all for joining us. Like I say, please, do us a favor. Share the live. Like the page. Subscribe to the page. So as soon as we come online, go get the notification and I can join the conversation. Also, if any of you get any question, please, for me, 2 amazing chairmania. One from Sweden, in the Scandinavian country, and one from the United States. Please bring the question and go answer to the best of their knowledge. And also we get Marlon Sise. Hi Marlon, thank you watching from London. I want to say, like I say, everything we bring on this is the APC Diaspora TV online. Everything we bring on are factual alongside with your own personal opinions. So thank you. Me comrade Comrade Manso, I think it's still a small problem with in connection. So
I think I'm
Manso,
good
are you
now.
back with us now?
I'm good now. I'm good.
Oh, fantastic. Manso, we just need to talk for the video before we move to the other question. Is there anything you want, Buttress, you want to add to this?
Yes,
before we move on to the next question, please, regarding the video we'll play earlier on.
Thank you, Vatia. Thank you, viewers and listeners. I really appreciate it. First of all, let me apologize for the small technical glitch I've been getting on my side, but I'm all good to go now. Can I just come in? Chairman Kaloko, I listened to you brief statement. You go agree with me throughout this electionary period up to June 24th, where this government still with elections. This video we just watched, now the most explicit video, we characterize and categorize exactly some of the things and where you feel say if diplomacy been the play, these are the things where then they hide from the view of the public, for me the public don't know exactly what to happen. Now we get this video, we don't see exactly what in this government do, what were the intention, and how this president, with all the campaign where he say a campaign, with all the things that he say he do. Clearly it should say the people no want them. The only way he be one for get power now for thief the election, and that's what he did. So this video where we watch you, not a justification for make we now the diaspora, Sierra Leoneans then, we believe in democracy, for let we continue this protest where we the protest for make sure say the right thing is done. Over to you, sir.
Oh, thank you very much, Manso. Absolutely, and I don't think we get an option for walk away from this fight or accept this. I mean, first of all, the fact that Bio lost the election, it's not even particularly surprising to most Sierra-Leoneans. We saw that coming. I mean, we knew what was happening. The people of Sierra Leone were suffering. They were not happy. It was the worst 5 years we remember in recent memory. So the fact that they don't vote for him wasn't particularly surprising at all. But the point, again, I go back to the original point what I make. We have told our people, we tell them, say, the power to elect the leaders of this country belongs to you. Una register, una count, una ballots, una cast, una ballots, and they will be counted and the winner, the real winner, announced. That's not what happened. And we cannot, in good conscience, accept this. And this is not about us. It's not about Samora Kamara. It's not about the APC. It's about the people of Sierra Leone. Because we no want forsake their faith in this thing called democracy and secret ballot and elections, and especially because, unlike many Western countries, including where you all are, Sweden and the United Kingdom and the United States, in Sierra Leone, registering to vote and casting a ballot takes a tremendous amount of sacrifice. People, they sacrifice a lot. They go through a lot for register and actually vote. And if they vote, they make a decision, that decision has to stand. We have an obligation, we have a responsibility to not allow that decision to be overturned by one greedy politician. But there's more also where I go say, particularly for APC. I have made this point that, if you then now you house you and your wife and two children, and I'm just using an example here, and in the middle of the night the burglars show up and they take the TV and go, and you say, well, okay, it's not TV no more, you take, and then he comes back and takes the furniture. That's not really good. Now they really crossed the line, well, okay, that's fine, we and then he comes back and take all your money. You say, oh, this is so much, but okay, you know what? Let it go. We get with life. Me wife, and me Pekin there. And the next time he shows up, he shoot and kill the one Pekin. What option do you have at that point? Do you not fight? What more do we want? What with all of the people now APC and all of Sierra Leone, we sit on the fence, we sit on the sideline. I have a very simple question. When will something be important enough for you to take a stand? Is it not clear that he intends to destroy the country? Is it not clear to all of us at this point that he intends to kill us all? Should we wait? Should we not stand up and scream? And the point, my brother Philip make this point also. This video, it makes us an excellent point. It also gives us hope. If nothing else, the people outside of Sierra Leone, they know waiting they happen at Salon. And I promise you, there are so many non-Sierra Leoneans out there, not just governments, but private citizens and foundations who care very deeply about the lives of downtrodden people like Sierra Leoneans, poor people like Sierra Leoneans, and they want to see better government. And they will do anything to help situations like this to take us back to the path of democracy. And at this point, we are not being asked to do a whole lot, as APC has said. We are simply asking all of us to say no. No, we will not accept this. Only the correct results will be announced. We will not accept an illegitimate president. We will not accept a rogue regime in Sierra Leone. Okay. We don't pay too heavily for get to this point.
Thank you, Mr. Kaloko. I want you mention something very, very important. I want to make you just give a brief comment, and then I'll come over to Chairman Philip. Sure. Now, we don't then a country where the people are so petrified because of the bullet. And you mentioned about the people and for take their own concern seriously. And this matter within the country now one matter where it affects everybody across the country. No matter who you are, it affects you. How waiting at the message will you get for these people in a Sierra Leone, with people in a salon, for telling the seriousness of this election within thief, for somebody will class himself as the father of democracy. It don't clearly can show we say in not interested about democracy, now a non-democratic process, now in belief in. Waiting at the message where you want to give to people in a salon as the lead chairman, we get the biggest district now the diaspora, and you know one of the people where I believe say if anything you branch they give the biggest share of help to we people them. I want you to talk to we people them, make you explain to them why them for take this seriously and why them for support APC the action.
Thank you very much. Until the people of Sierra Leone can prove to their own leaders, to their politicians, that ultimate power resides with them, and only they can hire and fire everybody, including their president, no politician will ever respect them. This is their moment. And the first thing I will say is, please don't engage in anything illegal. Certainly never engage in violence. It not will help you. It not will solve no problem to all of the people in Sierra Leone. The second point what I go make is simply say no. Refuse to accept this president as the legitimate president of Sierra Leone, and say to everybody who would listen to you, your neighbor, the ambassadors, the world, the journalists, the Peace Corps, the priests, and all of the organizations, say to them loudly that this result were then announced not to the correct result, and therefore this is not the legitimate president of this country. Second, say to all of them, particularly the governments, that's what we are doing here. We are saying to them, do not recognize him as the president of Sierra Leone. He is not. The results that were read are fraudulent results. And if we accept this, it will destroy the faith of the people in democracy. That's the most basic thing that they have to do.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Comrade Philip Toure, could you answer that same question as well, please?
Yeah, thank you very much,
You're welcome.
Obviously, I saw it all. The question where they ask about Sierra Leoneans, they were within the country, what they will do in order to reject this man with his power from Dr. Samura Kamara. When it's Santen Ku, a foreman, he take the power by force. One thing we may believe is that we were then at the ground at that moment. We see the fight we una don't fight, the effort we una don't do. Then try for disturb una democratic rights. But una come out. Some of una take many hours from 4 o'clock in the morning. So then go to the police stations there. Then did it till 6 o'clock in the evening for just exercise and democratic rights. And then do one. And we see them in many, many ways. All over the country, everybody come out. Now, one thing we as a political party ask, the result we come out, the result we the commissioner announced, a totally forged, rogue, correct. If anyone prove them, what inside, what he read, please, the party ask him, the international world ask him, everybody don't ask him, say, let we get the result from each polling station there. From there, we go accept. But if the result within the other forms them, if that result is not tally with this, let the whole Sierra Leoneans then sit down and watch. Like what thing we don't do sooner as the diaspora. We fight very hard, we strike, we go to the international world and cry. See, the support will not be the support Sierra Leone government for run the affairs of that country, therefore stop immediately until that man hand over power back again to the right person who win the election. So far, not to for go out and fight, not to for take any weapon, because the man, first of all, now it make everybody just turn their faces from the military, from the police, because they see all the atrocity when they take on. I know we'll go back again to the religious council. Now that they ask for peace, no, the quietness of what the political party don't do for refrain from any activities in the parliament, any role where they for take. I think say now one of the best. Let the people understand say, and they people are the faith for them.
Okay. Thank you very much. I get a few questions. Just one let me address before we move to the next phase. This question are for Comrade Kaloko. He said the APC party members are in the first stage of grief, which is denial. What strategy would you put in place for your constituency members when we move to the second phase, which is anger against the party leadership? This question is from Mr. Delwyn Thomas. Mr. Kaloke, we'll just answer this for me very quick. Then I'll get another question for Comrade Philip, and then we'll move on to the next topic, please.
Thank you very much. Yes, I understand. First of all, this not to denial. I mean, this something wrong happened and we try for right or wrong. But I get to say it go. But the second point is they're not for really turn anger against the party. I think the party we do all of us. I don't know it's in they call maybe not the leadership in mean. But all of us in the APC, the millions of us within this party, we do extremely well. Now, because of we vigilantism and we determination, not really force this president for end up with such a clumsy, disgraceful act where expose them to the rest of the world. So we have something to celebrate. It's a very sad day, but I think we could tell that story to we members for say we all for take pride not to time this follow expand the party winner will.
Okay, I get a next question, Comrade Toure.
Yeah.
Mr. Comrade Philip Toure. This question is for you. It's also from Delwyn Thomas. It's a question for Mr. Toure. What is your opinion of the party leadership current strategy of silence, including boycotting the media?
Thank you very much. Silence is when somebody becomes very silent in certain issues, then it means they think wisely. They find the right steps for take. And above all, I know say people at the tribe are all meant for distract. Members them. We believe in the leadership of the APC. See, they not do very well, but to God, the position, the steps that we then take right now for boycott, all other things then, and concentrate. I think saying are the best so far. Then they work very hard. Then see, there are so many bootlickers. The media today, most of the people that when they run the media, then they play a pendulum politics. So what are the best thing we can for do is that for boycott certain things and concentrate on major things and how the party they move ahead and try for satisfy their membership. And no say some members them they not really trust the leadership. Why? Because the present government, the present SLPP parliamentary, they use them. They come up with certain things and say, with the leadership, they even come with we. Some of the leadership then deal with we. Then they do this and that. Then they try for distract, for bring we into problem. But let me tell you one thing. The leadership of the party, then they do very good work. Then they work hard. For bring 54 members of parliament together, and only one refused for abide by what the party say. I think it's a very powerful work they do. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Comrade Toure. We then move to the next phase of the show. I will bring me co-host. Let's introduce the next question. Please, Comrade Manso, over to you.
Madam Fati, I think I want you to do that because I'll not be get the.
Okay. I will go ahead. This question. Thank you very much, Comrade Manso. This question is basically. We want to just focus a little bit because the show today is for an hour. We've got a few more minutes to go. We just want to focus a little bit about the protests where we do, particularly where the US and the United Kingdom don't organize, where it was very, very successful, as we all can see, and seeing is believing. Also, tomorrow, the 24th, we get another biggest protest in Brussels, which is basically for Central Europe, continental Europe, where France, Germany, Sweden, Denmark, Norway, Netherlands, they all meet tomorrow in Brussels in front of the European Parliament around 10 o'clock. Comrade Sufyan, we all see the protest at the United States, very, very successful. When I even handing petition to one of the senators, when I have a private conversation with some of the senators, it was amazingly successful. Waiting there behind that successful day, Comrade Sufyan, particularly you were chair the North America, Canadian, where you get the Canadian chairman, but obviously you as the biggest chairman of that particular North America. What's in una success story what make we deal sound at this? Because basically una set the example, then we obviously they follow. So what's in the major success and how far you feel say them protests and they take we to? Comrade Kaloko, please.
Thank you. First of all, I want to wish we comrades now Europe the very best. The USA is with you in spirit, and we secret now really is very open. We are all hurting equally. That not the thing. Everybody vexed the same way, and everybody is feeling the pain. But also, really, truly, people like the party, people like the APC. People love the country and they see the APC as the vehicle for really develop that country there. And if there's an opportunity for the APC come back and can continue the good work and the people make that decision to really try for overturn them, it gets to the heart of many people. Now, in bring people out. All of the people will show up really not because we campaign them, I mean, because they really feel the pain where everybody they feel. But there's a second reason. That place where we go, the Congress of the United States, is the beacon of democracy around the world. If we have an opportunity to go to Congress and tell our story, we are going to take it every single time. And, you know, I want to tell the whole world, everybody, thank you. You know, the videos, they show where you they do so and where you continue for do all of those materials is where we got what we put together and take to Congress. And I will tell you, we were amazed at how much they already knew. You know, the engagement. In fact, my very first meeting with Senator Johnny Ernst of Iowa, I mean, the information we didn't already get, the questions they asked, how engaged they were, was very pleasantly surprising. All of us, we all hope for continue for do what you they do. The takeaway from those protests, you know, the one in London, the one that's about to happen, is diplomacy works. It might take time. It almost always take longer than we really want, but it works. And the people know, the world knows, and we they continue to follow this path. We they come up with new ideas. We actually they get an executive committee meeting of the USA NIA this week. I think on Wednesday we already get a plan in the works where we could discuss and come out with them and continue for do what they do. But most important going forward now, for let we continue for talk. All of us, all the branches across the world, the UK and I, Sweden, Australia, I mean Europe and everywhere, let's continue to talk and collaborate and work together. The message is the same, the effort is the same, the path is the same. And I don't get the slightest doubt. I don't just say this because Mina APC. I know we are going to succeed because we are standing on solid legal and moral grounds.
Thank you very much. I will bring me co-host Comrade Mansour. I go ask Comrade to read the next question, please, Mansour.
Thank you, Fatia, and thank you, Chairman Kaloko. I think this is not the spirit. Chairman Philip, as you know, you're waiting done to go on, and I just like your input as one of the most eloquent chairmen in the diaspora. Now we believe, say, the party in strategy not for participate in the work. And this government don't become so desperate, then they throw away everything and everything on everything, even down the Swanee, then they throw away and they waiting now your message to we colleagues them, especially the elected colleagues them, because this battle now a very long battle. And diplomacy take time for making you get the result where you want. And not just the happen with a click of a finger. We did in a long battle. We get with MP them, we get with councillors them, we get with chair people them, we get the mayor, and the list goes on. We get all them people in there. And if we sit out governance for 5 years is a very long time. Waiting at you assurance you want to give to these people that we did be in them, we go support them, and we go win this battle.
Yeah, thank you very much, Comrade Mansour, for this wonderful question. Though a broad question indeed, but with my own experience, I feel say when you don't start for sacrifice for something, you don't find where you day at the middle, or you just start to go a little bit, then you cut off that sacrifice day, you betray what you don't sacrifice. It means that they call you tomorrow as a failure. because you know we know the result of what you get for what you make you divert your intention where you don't take. And I just talk to me on MPs them, they don't take a step. And this step, now a step where they not will return back until they get what they want. And indeed, the diaspora don't map indeed for demonstrating that the main international bodies them, offices them, not the diaspora. For CC, for strengthening what they sit down for. With the echo, now they don't the Americans they don't echo them out. The UK and I they don't echo them out. The European countries then back again, they echo them tomorrow back again. Now Brussels, for say we MPs they don't sit down. And because of this thing, now you make them sit down. And I think say waiting like I watch the video so where they first play. The democracy now for save. And that democracy, they sit down wait and sit down for certain time or waiting there for how long it takes. Now save them, they save the democracy. And indeed, we try very hard with the leadership as diaspora. We know they only continue for demonstrate one time. We continue for demonstrate because this demonstration, they take one time. We continue over and over until we get what we want for save the people of Sierra Leone and for save the country in democracy in another part of the world. So what do we get for do as the diaspora representative them? We get for sit down with the leadership because not to anything they will somebody in a yard you can't sit down and talk. What we get for do? We get for sit down and see how we work together for that we give them hope because words and meetings with the MPs them give them some courageous words them they give them more strength for continue within the hold on. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would just want to do some quick question time, please. I get one question for you. If I can both answer as quickly as possible, then we can move to other question. Comrade Philip. Now you will not highlight. So if you can answer this question first, then obviously Comrade Sufian Guka. I get this question from Mo Bangura. He said the illegal president of SLPP, because certainly not Sierra Leone, has started flying again to render our country bankruptcy. What is the way forward to stop him from bringing all of his downs?
The person we asked the question, you don't understand how what we did now. How we work, now we don't start so now. For demonstrate to the countries and where they fund Sierra Leone in certain areas them, and they not for accept them. And I know say the fly where they fly so all into within the European countries then. Because one thing we may believe is that they all know even congratulate and they don't accept them. It just the force itself no more. It try for force itself. Not to say that something we it do them in the form of what? Bringing success to the country, no? It try for show say yes, it try for they say yes, I don't take power and it work very hard. After the 5 years, we don't take power, it will do nothing. Now you don't seize power. They continue for go out, up and down. No. What will they do so for demonstrate against them? Nationally and internationally, I think very, very important indeed.
Okay, thank you very much. Comrade Sufian, you can just want to answer that question in a quick time, please.
Yeah, sure. Law do the following. First, law refuse for recognize him as the legitimate president of Sierra Leone. 2, law refuse for participate in a rogue government. 3, law continue for canvass the international system and all of the people we care deeply about democracy for help we change this situation and get we back on course. There's a lot of people we care and law continue for make this petition. We abroad, I mean, we take the lead in continuing to campaign for this. We also to continue for raise funds for help the party in any way we able for help for alleviate some of the difficulties what we go through as a party in a salon. But that's what we need to do.
Okay. Now, where we don't highlight yours, but I get another question. This is from Malon Sisse. It says Sierra Leone coat of arms has 3 solemn words: unity, freedom, justice. Mathematically, adding all 3 give the nation peace. Any of these 3 pillars removed creates anarchy and chaos. Where are we as a nation in honor of our codes?
Is it true for me?
Yes, go first.
Okay. Yeah, mathematically, all the 3 solemn words were removed from the country. unity. They don't divide we all over in terms of tribe, region, and even on political basis, waiting person feel for think about, then divide we. So unity not among the Sierra Leoneans then. Freedom. You don't get nobody not get no freedom now for say anything we want in that country. For talk even about this a rogue what I can call is a toothless bulldog, somebody we just seize power from the legitimate man way the people they want. Then justice. Look the justice. Look the court system in the country. A very sorrowful, very pathetic indeed. And I make the video we watch. It said it explained everything. The video we watch, where everybody watch, where even the people within the villages and all the people that within the remote areas, and they don't watch this video. Then describe the country. All them three solemn words there, we hold the country. They don't remove them from that country, and we get for stand very hard, very strong indeed, for bring back we democracy to the doors of the.
Thank you very much. Comrade Sufyan, please. You just want to answer the question. You want to highlight them again?
No, absolutely. I'm good. I think most Sierra Leoneans remain very faithful to these ideals because they are so basic, you know. The only reason they are challenged right now is because we elect a Sierra Leonean, we not get no faith in any of these things. Is clearly my brother Philip don't already highlight the reasons. But let me say something here. I continue for put me faith in these ideals, and most Sierra Leoneans do too. And I actually continue for believe in the future of that country. Sierra Leoneans generally believe in these ideals and they want to pursue them. Every once in a while, you produce someone among you, we really probably just remind all of us of the need to pay close attention to the people we put in high office. It happens every once in a while. It happened to win American Iron. I know I'm going to that, but you know, these ideals remain as valid today as they have ever been. Most Sierra Leoneans believe in them. I do, and we will continue to pursue them. Right now, all we have to do is remove BO from high office and elect somebody. We will continue to pursue these ideals.
Okay, thank you very much. I will bring Comrade Mansour. If you get anything for Ants, please.
Yes. To you, Chairman Kaloko, and then next to Chairman Philip. I want for make you give a reassurance to the grassroots and to the party as a whole, because with strategy as it stands, it'll work, and we then see how the government done the work helter-skelter beyond an overdrive for try for put a wedge between us. And the policy where the party do adopt is one where the grassroots support, and is one where every sympathizer and loving Sierra Leonean, home and abroad, then believe say this election was stolen. The mandate of the people was stolen. Now we are where we are. We need for reassure with people them and the party for make them know say we not go turn this page and we go see this through, we go fight and we go get President Bill out as soon as we get the opportunity for do so. So we go redeem with country.
I will say this not just because I did in a leadership position, but man, so I truly, deeply believe that we will overturn this situation. You know, and people just need for believe that because it's not the first time it don't happen. Those of us in leadership really need for understand, you know, context and history. Now, the second time it happened to APC, as a matter of fact, the very first leader where APC elects to State House went through something similar, Shaka Stevens. You know, they elect him 1967, and in fact, some of the historians say his deputy had already been sworn in. He don't take the oath. And right before Shaka Stevens could be sworn in, Albert Magai, you know, organized and invited his own brother, David Lansana, to stage a fake, you know, bloodless, you know, palace coup and overthrow and pretend, you know, just to prevent Shaka Stevens from taking office. And that's what happened. And Shaka Stevens had to flee for his life and go to Conakry, and then, you know, succession of coups and counter coups, finally settling under Andrew Jackson Smith and on for a whole year before John Bangura, I think he was the last military leader we overthrew and invite Shaka Stevens to finally take the oath of office in 1968. That's how it happened. a whole year. That's what it takes. So this not a new thing to APC, but it also reminds us of something. Just because justice is delayed doesn't mean it will be denied. Now, all get faith. I mean, again, they emphasize there's a passage in the Quran we say, so to every hardship there is relief. To every hardship there is relief. So continue to work hard and pray to the Almighty God. If you get faith in God, wonderful things can happen. We have never been stronger than now because we are standing on the most solid moral grounds. But not only that, what you need to emphasize to people why we need to stand firm, not only because we go succeed, I am absolutely sure of that, is because the people where would they call on for can help we, they are looking at us. They are watching to see if we truly believe in we position, what they already know, if we are willing to fight for it. Let's forget about the sellouts. Mohamed Bangura, there's always a willing vessel. If Bio is looking for seller, he will always find a willing vessel. But I mean, it's Mohamed Bangura. It's not even the first time he has done that. Who cares? He now one person. If we continue this fight, man, so party, we will have this conversation again. We go win this fight. I'm absolutely certain about that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chairman Philip, we don't know say Madabio aim not for getting to power. But in the last 5 years, we don't see the mess, the division, and the wedge, the divide and rule where it don't bring Canada the country. The economy is in a shambolic state, close to bankruptcy, and not able to do nothing. Now, if they go around, they go and fly, they try for look for recognition. Clearly, say recognition alone not go able for keep them now that seat there because in an illegal president, a thief these elections. So now in this situation where we don't find ourselves, we brought out in the protest tomorrow. So waiting a you message to them, now you neighbor them for make them steadfast in this protest collectively, responsibly, and for let we make sure say this aim and objective where we don't set ourselves so we not go blink. Because the social media, then they accuse we say we give 72 hours, we not do nothing. Then they accuse we say we not participate, we participate at the election. Now we don't come to this situation now, we don't monitor them. This non-governance, and they work. How we forgo with this one for make sure say we not blink. And then for blink, and until them blink, we not the blink.
Thank you very much. And they always tell you, say, we as a party, we don't see the sacrifice with the member of parliament and don't take. And everybody they believe, say, when you be a member of parliament, it's not for work for representing people. But then watch, then see what you go on, say, this man, win the presidency. Why we for go work with him? It means if we join him, we don't go against the rules of democracy. So therefore, they sacrifice and decide to in the backup. And if they back up, indeed, not the good step down and the way they don't take it. Everybody will prove me right. Say, since we democracy start in that country, I think say the stance with the APC stands with the APC takes to not the best way for strengthening democracy and for give hope to everybody. Let them believe say yes, the country no more accept any dictatorship, any one party system. We want democracy. We want everybody in right as a citizen. In vote to be valued, in vote as an individual, as a citizen, to be taken very highly indeed. So therefore, anybody where they take power now, they work very hard for satisfy the people of Sierra Leone, for bring development. Now, when we talk to the people of the diaspora and neighboring European countries, then they go to Belgium tomorrow, then they go demonstrate. You know what I mean? Say not only Belgium they go for see, waiting with the demonstrate. Now the head office of all the European countries, then, now the parliament within the sit-down for bringing resolutions, then, how they will able help different countries, then, for sponsor different countries, then, agencies, them, where they need fund. And we get so many projects, them, where they outside there, we're ready for work now, Sierra Leone. So who said they come? Who said the funding they come? Not from the EU. So if they go there tomorrow, may they able understand, say, then they listen to them, and then they listen highly indeed, and then they take step on that. Say this man, they never recognize them and let them continue. And not to say that the first time this will get for demonstrate in Europe or America or England. We get for continue for doing until this man here understands, say, in presidency, it's not legitimate. If we come out and hand over to the right person so far. Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. Madam Fatia, I got a quick message for you. You know what I like about this show? The people, then really they engage, then they listen, then they participate, and then questions them, then very, very silent, and with noisy neighbor, they're all there among we, then they can get authentic and credible news, and we educate them how democracy for operate and the tenet of democracy. Isn't that beautiful, Madam Fatia? Over to you.
Yeah, amazing. We always welcome we noisy neighbor. Of course, we got so many online. I just want to say to them, thank you very much, obviously, for joining us every Sunday, for keep we going, increasing our views. And I thank you. With the showdown come to an end now, I just want to ask Comrade Sufian, you got 30 seconds. You get any message where one give of courage to people in Sierra Leone?
Your votes will eventually be counted. I promise you.
Thank you. Comrade Toure as well. You get any few seconds, any courage message for the Sierra Leone and them back home?
Yeah, my brothers and sisters in Sierra Leone. I know say when I want a quick answer right now for remove President Bio, but the only word where they give now, when I get hope, say it'll happen. It'll happen. And let them get that patiently, then wait. It'll happen in a way where nobody not get for hurt, nobody not get for feel anything. That's when we remove that mandate in a peaceful way. They're able to understand, say, dictatorship, not they go again at that country anymore. Thank you.
Okay. Co-host man, so you get any to want to say a few seconds before I close?
Thank you, Madam Fatia. As you did take us out, I just want to quickly say that I want to tell all the viewers, listeners right across the world, where they join with every week. We tell you plenty thank you. Now we don't establish to the world, and the country say the June 24 elections was never fair and credible. We don't get evidence say they thief the elections. They not only thief the elections, they make 4 attempts for assassinate we presidential candidates. And because of that reason, we believe say crime not a rotten. It will take long, but I believe say the APC now the right path, and the APC will continue for plod along. We go fight this and this wrong way these governments don't do, because we see say clearly when they talk now revenge, everything that they mention about what happened on the June 24, then they relay them to 2007 or 2012, say Christiana Tobin say let them go police. So because of that matter, they know say they lost the election. So Bagbati, Power, then decide for thief the election, for Squire say, una we don't do we go do una. But this one, we go expose una, we go chase una, and the world go say una for Uda una be, una nakedness say, una not fit for rule this country, and una no go in another country day. So that's my message. We want to encourage with viewers to let them continue for day with we, as we strive for accuracy and factual news. Thank you, Fatia.
Thank you. I will just give the last submission. I just, as usual, we try for answer as much as question as possible. Some of them we're not able to answer, but we highlight her and people and read her. Other people and go get a your opinion about them questioning day. I just want to say thank you all to the viewers online. The one who they watch we on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and any other platform. And I thank you for every Sunday dedicatedly. On the join me now, so for can discuss with us, for join in the conversation. We're very much grateful. Please, on carry on for share the live, because the show doesn't stop here when we press end. It carries on, the conversation carries on. So please, una share the live, una like the page, una subscribe to the page. So as soon as we come on, una go get, including the power viewer there and followers, they will go. Una all thank you. Also, I want to say a big thank you to the wonderful comrade, Mr. Sufian Kaloko of the United States of America. Thank you so much for joining us. taking your time today for Can't Join Me. We're very much grateful. APC Diaspora TV Online, we're very much grateful to you as well for doing so. We appreciate you. Also, Mr. Philip, Comrade Philip Toure of Sweden. Thank you so much, Mr. Toure. Tomorrow on a very busy in Belgium. We wish you all the luck necessary, and also all Sierra Leonean in continental Europe. If you're not able, please join hands. We can only work together to gain and receive a better result for Sierra Leone. Thank you, and all. Also, my co-host, Comrade Mansour, thank you for standing in for our dynamic mixer. He's not here today, but we got also a wonderful dynamic Mansour as usual. Very educated, very learner individual. Thank you. We technical team JS Momo, we got Mo Bangura, and we got Delwyn and everybody else, and all we comrade, and also the wonderful coordinator Owa Kansuwe have done join me today. Wow, don't come back now the UK. Want to tell you all thank you. Thank you. God bless you all. God bless you. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, gentlemen.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, everybody. Good night.